Well, I just got off the tennis court trying to figure out what I'm going to do for videos for the day, and I saw that Amazon dropped its full trailer for The Rings of Power. Oh my gosh, this has been a train wreck from day one. Yeah. And I'll just go over what we know so far over the course of this video. Whew. Amazon, they're looking to spend a lot of money. All right, my name is John Delarose. That's it. They're looking to spend a lot of money. That's all I can think of. I'm a #1 best-selling author, an award-winning comic creator. I actually know how to tell stories. I've read Tolkien. I've read C.S. Lewis. I've read all the greats of science fiction and fantasy. And I put together Overmind, which is actually a graphic novel and a novel. So you get two different stories in the same universe. I'm making a multimedia project. It's going to be beautiful. If you love action adventure, if you love the old golden age of storytelling, you're absolutely going to enjoy this. We only got 8 days left. We hit $22,000 yesterday. So check this out on Kickstarter right now. This is the alternative to stuff like Rings of Power. Support indies who don't hate you. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Check that link. And all right, let's get to the story of the day. Well, I mean, Amazon Rings of Power, I mean, they first came out, you remember this picture a couple months ago. God, it's so cringy. And of course, the media rolls with these narratives. Racist Lord of the Rings fans can't handle black female dwarves. Slay queen. The article proceeds to go off on how fans are just trolling and all that. You know, I mean, as much as, you want this media, it looks like shit. I mean, come on. No matter how you slice this, the female dwarf king, queen, whatever you want to call their gendered whatever leadership at this point, looks absolutely like shit. And that's the absolute problem with this. It doesn't fit the universe. It doesn't fit any of the narratives of the books. It is just a diversity shit show that's thrown into a movie. And the costume design looks horrific. Just put a white person on that. Same costume design. We'll mock it too. Okay. But Amazon's spending like more than $1 billion on this show. And you see that and you're like, what's going on? This is crazy. The first season alone is going to cost a staggering $462 million. And this is like a crazy, crazy commitment. But Amazon wants to do something bigger. I mean, I guess they took all the budget of Wheel of Time and every other fantasy show they were going to make and then just threw it in this and then didn't give Wheel of Time a budget. Poor Wheel of Time. Oh my gosh. Let's hope that one gets forgotten really quickly. But this one's not going to be any better. I mean, you could put a bunch of fancy effects on a screen. You can give the member berries of all the elf cities and all the beautiful CGI in the background and all the eagles and the elves and the dwarves. But at the end of the day, this narrative is just like a ridiculous thing that doesn't really show anything, oh my gosh, at all of substance. And then we learn that we're going to have another bait and switch for Lord of the Rings. Yes. Do you know who is going to be the main character? Galadriel, the lady, the forest lady. And it's now a strong female lead show. That's right. So we're going to have our little diversity cast, the strong female lead. This is not going to be Lord of the Rings whatsoever. It's just going to be another generic fantasy with a 115-pound woman who could beat up everybody else. And this is what the trailer shows, guys. This is it. There's nothing of substance to it beyond that. A bunch of fancy effects that they spent way too much money on for their little budget. All right, it looks pretty. All right, I'll give it that. But you just have strong female lead central as this goes through. And it's just going to be a complete cluster at the end of the day. It doesn't look like it has any sort of narrative jiving whatsoever. It doesn't seem to have much structure to build off of. From what we know, they're actually throwing out large parts of the Book of Lost Tales and things like that actually go over the history of Middle-earth. And I think they don't have the rights to the Silmarillion, if I recall correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Which, if you're going to do a different age of Lord of the Rings and you don't have the Silmarillion rights, that's a bit rough by itself. So I'm calling it right now. This is going to be one of the biggest, most expensive clusterfucks in the history of television and film. And, oh man, I can't wait to see it go down. We're going to have so much fun here mocking this as it comes out. Did you watch the trailer? Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you about this. Gosh, just read the book. I mean, at the end of the day, just read the books. Every adaptation of one of these things ends up never being as good as the actual books themselves. The books are timeless. They're great. And as much as they want to erase them with properties like the Rings of Power to make you forget that the actual narratives of the stories were really good to begin with, that's really where you should be going and really what you should be spending your time doing. Reading is so much better than TV shows as it is. It helps your brain. I know I'm telling you this on YouTube, but it is what it is. All right, guys. Like I said, leave a comment down below. Love to hear from you. Hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to support the alternative to this nonsense, Overmind. Just 8 days left. Don't want to miss it. See you guys.